Hey Blockheads, this is DJ AK The Amanda Knight, and I'm here to let you know that my so-called whatever podcast and No More Games Radio have joined forces. Listen to No More Games Radio on Sundays at 2 p.m. for your favorite episodes of my so-called whatever podcast, and maybe a live episode? Who knows? Tune in to my so-called whatever podcast for upcoming No More Games radio features and exclusive stories from our staff and DJs. And as always, follow us on social media at No More Games Radio and at my so-called whatever. Hang tough!
Friends forever, that's what we are. Through the thick and the thin, we're friendship stars. We're banger main buddies from the days of old. We laugh, cry, and hug, friendship solid as gold. My so-called whatever started a year ago. We share our stories and your stories were told. 80s, 90s memories that give us glee. And on the block party shows, NKOTB. Now our friendship circle has grown by far. Hashtag friends forever, that's what we all are. Boom! And if you don't know, now you know. My so-called whatever for life. Hashtag MSCW. Hashtag friends forever. Yeah. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
What was that? That was weird. Why did you do it like that?
I don't know. I think.
Will you leave that in? Do it.
This meeting is being recorded.
So I'm losing my voice a little bit.
You're losing your voice a little bit.
A little bit. Just saying. Just putting it out there.
Well, I think that you did great, and I don't think you lost your voice at all. We have a really amazing guest on this episode.
Yeah.
But it's just nice to have people on to actually tell their stories. It's fun. So we have Bird, aka Tracey, as I keep calling her Tracey, but she goes by Bird. She goes by both. And we met her through NKOTB Block Action, which if you guys don't know what that is, that's like a group that Naomi from Dope Nostalgia, which we were on her podcast. She put this group together of all people that did like new kids / boy band related content. Mostly new kids content though, all together. So that we can do fun events and do cool stuff together. And it's nice to like be together with NKOTB content creators. I think it's amazing. I love being
fun.
Yes. Because we're like-minded, I feel. I feel like the whole Blockhead community is like-minded, but it's just really neat. So that's how we met Tracey. She is an admin for Blockheads Unite, and you probably are following them already. But if you're not, it's at Blockheads. It's BLOCKEADS on Twitter, and they're Blockheads Unite on Facebook, and they're Blockheads_Unite on Instagram. So if you aren't following them, go follow them. They do this amazing thing called Would You Rather, which we discussed in this episode. And yeah,
it's super cool.
Right. One other thing I do want to mention is that this is the last week for our Remember Betty fundraiser. So we ask that you guys go and donate. You know, there's some great prizes that you can put your entries towards. And it's for a great cause. Remember Betty. So that is in preparation of our 4th year, which is going to be next Saturday, right?
Which is crazy because that also means
next Friday. Next Friday.
Next Friday.
Yeah.
Friday the 16th is our anniversary, and also the anniversary of 1 year ago having Joey McIntyre on the podcast.
Okay, this is craziness. Okay. This is complete craziness that it's been 1 year. Because I was just talking to Brooke.
I know.
I was texting her and Maria. I was texting Maria too. And I said, how crazy. Right now, we were like prepping for the episode. Like we knew it was going to happen. We kept it a secret from most people. I mean, obviously our admins knew. What a crazy roller coaster. What a crazy roller coaster.
That was a year ago. That was a year ago.
I think I'm going to release some more video from it. So be on the lookout. Happy anniversary. Here's some more Joey content for you. So now I've held myself to it because I said it.
Now you have to.
Now I have to. And it's going to happen.
Right.
So that being said, be on the lookout for that content.
That's right. Here for it.
Yeah, I would love to have him on again. Just putting that into the universe. But holy cow, was that an amazing moment in my life. And what an amazing moment for us as a podcast. I didn't mean to like take that on a personal level, but holy shit. If you would have friggin' told me when I was 10 years old that I would be talking to Joey McIntyre one-on-one, or two-on-one.
Through a computer screen.
Through a computer screen, nonetheless.
I mean, 10-year-old me would have been like, that's some Back to the Future shit. I wouldn't have believed it.
I would have thrown up. Because that's what 10-year-old Nikki would do back then, is she would throw up when she got nervous. Yeah. So I didn't pee my pants. I would throw up. I did it often. Sounds bad, but I was a very nervous child. So, and I needed Tums. Like supposedly, what'd you say?
I said I was too. I was a very nervous child, but I didn't throw up. I would poop.
So my dad told me that Tums like prevented you from throwing up. So it worked. If I had Tums, and they were like the gross minty ones, like the gross ones.
Yep.
Because we didn't have like fruit flavored Tums back then. If I took one, I wouldn't throw up. So like, I'd be like, I'm going to throw up. And he's like, let me get my Tums. Here, have a Tums. I'd be like, I'm all better.
It works.
Yeah. So for years and years, I carried Tums around in my athletic bags.
Mm-hmm.
And it prevented me from throwing up.
I remember.
I did throw up my very first varsity game. I threw up. So that's a great story. There you go.
No,
I know it was a story
like
you didn't ask for, but you got it anyway. So there you go. But anyway, love you guys. You're going to love Tracey/Bird. She's amazing. And we can't wait to have her on again. So with that being said, is there anything else that you've got on the agenda, Brooke?
Nope.
Other than Fenway, here we come. You are within grasp. You were just there. You are like one calendar click away. I just click to the next month. Oh, there's Fenway.
And there it is.
Yep. So
it's crazy. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Super excited.
Right. I know.
Hoping for good weather. It will probably rain.
But it will probably rain, and that's okay because we'll have our ponchos.
And that's fine, yes, because we will have our ponchos. We'll be all set.
So here's Tracey/Bird.
Yeah, here's the episode.
Enjoy,
guys.
Here it is.
This is Brooke.
And this is Nikki.
And this is Bird.
And this is my so-called whatever.
Hey. We have a special guest.
We do. Oh, and welcome to the block party.
Oh, yes. We ain't leaving out nobody, especially not Bird, because she's here with us. Bird.
She's right here. We're so excited to have her.
Yeah,
we're about to get it started.
Yes. Let's do it.
Welcome.
Yes. So we met her through NKOTB Block Action, which is our little group that we have with a bunch of new kids related, boy band related content creators that we get together and we do something really fun for the community. We have one coming up. The details are coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, that's how we met Bird.
Yeah. So Nikki, thanks for bringing that up. Blockheads Unite is a fan page that my friend Becky started back in 2013, and they asked me to be an admin at the end of that year. So I've been there somewhat since the beginning, but we're definitely known out there, especially on Twitter, for playing our game Would You Rather.
Yes, yeah. So fun.
And we also like to go live whenever we're at shows, as well as do like a roll call during tour. We've built up our Instagram page now too.
Yeah.
But we did lose our original Facebook page a couple years ago. So that was very sad. I had a fun fact of the day. I had so much stuff on there, but it's okay. We got to move on.
R.I.P.
But yeah, that if anybody knows me, it might be from that. And as well as I'm also the Sacramento Team Betty captain.
Oh, yay.
Oh, awesome.
We love Remember Betty.
Yes, for sure.
Well, that's awesome. I'm going to say, would you rather, if you guys haven't played, you need to, because it is entertaining. There's so many aspects of it that are entertaining. The questions are entertaining. The responses are entertaining. The responses to the responses are entertaining. Like you need to, when they have it, you need to just go and do it. And no regrets. # no regrets.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've gotten pretty risque and dirty over the years, but we feel like it's an approved kind of thing, because the guys, Donnie, John, and even Jenny have jumped in and played with us before on Twitter. So
awesome.
Yeah, that's always a lot of fun if we don't freeze up and not know what to do.
Oh my gosh, that would be crazy. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, we really like it. It's a lot of fun. So again, you guys, make sure you go, and the next time they have it, you need to play, because it's a lot of fun.
It is fun. It's usually like, from what I know, Nikki, you have texted me, because I'll be like in bed, and I know you have texted me while I've been in bed, and you've been like, well, which one would you pick? What would you? And she's responded before. It's fun.
Yeah, I respond for both of us when I play. So I'm like, Brooke would pick this, but I'm going to pick this. Because I'm usually the one that plays, but we'll play together. That's when we play together. I'll text Brooke and I'll be like, okay, you have to pick one, because either way, I'm going to choose for you. So.
Right.
Well, we wanted to have Bird on to share some stories with you guys. I know that we put a call out there for people to come on and share their stories, and Bird was amazing enough to come on, and she's got some stories to talk about and some amazing experiences to tell us about. So we will give her the floor.
Well, I do. I've been very, very blessed. And I know I also have a few things that I kind of want to share on a serious note, and some funny stories, because I can't keep my mouth shut during meet and greets. So I have some funny anecdotes for that. But I've been a fan basically since the beginning. I always say, well, but not the beginning, but 88, 89. I always say I was ripe for the picking, because I was 14 the summer of 1989. So
Perfect
I
age.
was the demographic for New Kid.
Through and through.
Absolutely. And it was all about Donnie. Donnie. Love that guy. Still love that guy to death. There was a phase where I went to Danny during like the Magic Summer Tour.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm going to reveal publicly for the first time the reason why I did that. Now, remember, I was 15.
Yes.
But I felt like there were just too many Donnie girls. And everybody, Donnie, you know. And you know, my best friend was a Donnie girl. And I thought, well, Danny needs more fans. And I really think, and yes, this is hard to admit, that deep down somewhere, I thought maybe I stood a better chance with him. But seriously, and then I fell in love with him too.
Oh,
and I mean, that's all they wrote. I made this huge sign that said, I heart Danny for the Magic Summer Tour. And of course we were at Dodger Stadium and I was so far away, but I was like, he has to see this. It's like a queen size sheet, you know?
Wow. That's big.
Yeah, it was big. It was huge. I'll have to share a picture, but
yes.
But that was definitely a highlight. Some of the other highlights back with my friends, I don't know if you guys did this, but we would watch the Hanging Tough live video over and over. And each one of us would be one of the guys. So it was like our exercise workout. Hey. So we'd run home from school and be like, you know, I'm Danny or I'm Jordan. And then we'd do all the moves and do the whole thing, you know.
Oh,
and it was
that's amazing.
We never got sick of it. You would think that you would.
No,
that tape. Got sick of it. So if anybody pops that thing in the VCR now to this day, I could tell you like every line.
That's amazing.
Every word. Because
that's amazing.
It's so ingrained.
I love it.
And when you're younger, that you're more impressionable and you get that stuff stuck in your head more. I mean, we didn't have all these things coming at us like social media and you know, just the internet in general.
Right.
There were news shows, but they weren't like they are now.
No.
So I feel like we were lucky in a way.
We really were. 100%.
We were, because we got to ingest all that and I mean, I don't know. Obviously, it made us the people that we are today, and as Donnie says, it made us the women that we grew into, for sure.
100%.
But I had found my old diary, and there was one thing I wanted to share that was really hilarious.
Oh, I'm so excited.
But before I share that part, well, I'll share that part first.
Let me add that Tracey, Bird, and I have the same diary.
Yes.
We think we got it from the Scholastic Book Fair.
We'll have to take a picture.
Purple. Yes, it's purple. And I also decorated the front of mine as well. I believe it said, I love Adam. I will leave out his last name.
I know who you're talking about.
Yes, you do. Yes.
You also wrote it on my bedroom wall.
I sure did.
Okay, well, I'll start with the funny one. But the story with this is that I actually talked about this on Facebook back when Donnie had access to his Facebook, and he answered me about it, and it was really funny. But this was written on June 25th, 1990.
Wow.
And this is, first I have to explain that when Donnie started going into the No More Games and everything with the big poofy hair and everything, I won't say I was scared of him, but that was when I was kind of like, oh, maybe I'll like Danny, you know? And it wasn't that it scared me, but I just like missed the feathery, soft, like cutesy, adorable Donnie, like the baby Donnie, you know?
Yeah.
So I wrote, today Donnie got hurt really bad, ! On hard copy, I don't know if you remember that show.
Oh, yeah.
They said he fell through a trap door and it was 9 feet down. Please be okay, Donnie. Even though I haven't been happy with you lately, sad face.
Oh.
I wish you would go back to your old hair. The way you are dressing is stupid. The new kids said that they would never change and not let their egos get to them. I will always love you, Donnie. I just hope you don't lose me as a fan.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious.
Oh God.
And I had shared this on Facebook. It might have even been one of you guys' posts or something, the one where he was riding the motorcycle and then he responded. And
yes.
And I think it was that post. And then he said, well, I'm not sure what I did to make you, you know, stray or not be happy, blah, blah, blah. But I hope that, you know, you've worked through that and are over that. And I just wrote back, Donnie, you have to remember I was 14.
Yeah.
There's a 14-year-old mindset here.
Right. Right.
So, but that was pretty funny. I wrote that and still have that.
That's awesome.
That's so crazy because I remember that, and I remember the hard copy episode. I feel like I remember the hard copy.
You
episode.
Probably do. I mean, it was, it was all over that. That's without social media and without all these other things. What do? You watch the news or you listen to the radio. And so, usually we'd have that information, but they definitely showed it on all the lead news stories.
Mm-hmm.
I remember take them to the hospital. So
hard copy, A Current Affair.
Yes.
Yes.
All those shows.
Right. Access Hollywood. Was Access Hollywood around?
I talked about racism and drugs. No. Here it is.
Oh, okay.
And like you said, I'm not going to mention names just because some of these people I'm still friends with. But I don't want to take up too much time and go into all of it. But I mentioned how one day my friend said something like I hate all Black people. And that really made me mad. And I said, I mean, you can't not like someone because of the color they are. I told her my best friend from 1st grade to 5th grade was Black and that she would have been my best friend no matter what the hell she looked like. Therefore, she must hate Bobby Brown. And nobody hates Posse B. Nobody. All That's capital awesome. Letters. I feel very strongly about this. So then I told her that if her friend, who was her best friend, name omitted, were Black, would she still be her friend? And she didn't say anything. So there. I said she was also dogging on how I used to be poor. Of course, nobody would like to talk about that. And she would never say anything about Jordan and Jonathan being on food stamps because it upsets them to think of them like that. But I was on welfare when I was little, and I know how it feels. So I'm all the more happy of their success. I mean, look where they were and look where they are now. You can always improve yourself. And then I said, when Danny said, I don't look at someone as my Black friend or this person as my Puerto Rican friend, they're just my friend. He took the words right out of my mouth. And I felt like crying because of how much better the world would be if people would really, really, really listen to him. Right? Anybody who judges their friends because of the color of their skin, where they came from, or if they're ugly or pretty is no friend of mine. That's always been one of the main reasons I support the New Kids on the Block. I have it quoted. They believe in real things and not just to make money or get girls. Here's the message I think I get. And I wrote out each of their names. And I said, Danny, stopping racism. And then I said, Donnie, stopping drug abuse. And I had like a peace sign. Joseph, stopping homelessness. I said ness twice. Yes.
Perfect.
Gordon, there's a question mark. And Jonathan, it says the children. Aww. And then I said, I think Jordan actually supports all good and he expresses that well. Well, I got to go do my homework because that's important. Education first. Wow.
Oh, I love that.
Oh my God.
I love that.
Good head on your shoulders though. Like, oh my gosh.
Well, I tried. And my thing was, I was always, I don't want to say straight and narrow, but like my junior year of high school, as you know, we were going in between No More Games and Face the Music. The main friends that I hung out with were my New Kids friends, and I had actually met them the first day of school because we were both wearing New Kids on the Block t-shirts. Mm-hmm. So summer of '89, and of course, going into my freshman year was in that summer of '89. I hung out with some questionable people later on in like junior year, but senior year and pretty much my 20s and everything, I was pretty straight and narrow. Most of my friends were from the youth group. Mm-hmm. And I always supported the say no to drugs, drug free, and was really, really into the whole DARE program at school. So more on that in a little bit, but I did want to share my first concert was December 16th, 1989.
Amazing.
Yeah. And I did write about that in here, but I don't need to get into all that. But it was at the Great Western Forum in Los Angeles. And I grew up in a small town about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours north of there.
Mm-hmm.
And my best friend's mom had bought us these tickets. And to this day, she will not tell me how much she paid for them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm friends with her and her mom on Facebook, and she will not tell me. She just said it was worth every penny.
Oh.
But they were 6th row center.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
And our moms dropped us off, and I'm sure that they were very frightened. I mean, it was LA.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and it was just packed. There was just so much, and it was my first real big concert. I'd been to one concert, a Debbie Gibson concert, but there was a parent with me when we went to that one.
Yeah.
So I wasn't scared per se, but it was a little daunting.
Yeah.
Like to go in and then just, you know, get merch and find your seat and see what was happening. And we got to our seats, and I just could not believe we were that close. Like, I still can't believe I didn't pee myself.
Yeah.
I can't believe you didn't pee yourself.
Right, yeah.
I probably did. It was Sweet Sensation, and I think Dino were the
Dino,
wow.
Romeo.
Yeah. But that was back when they didn't like make you stay in your spot.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, I mean, they didn't enforce it. They couldn't, especially with like, you know, a bunch of screaming girls.
Right.
Yeah.
Because seriously, that's probably the loudest I've ever heard a stadium or arena. Because by like after the end of Favorite Girl, I'd say maybe the third song in, we were at the front.
Wow.
Smushed against the like barrier thing.
Wow.
And I touched Jordan's hand. I touched Donnie. I touched his jeans. I took 8 rolls of film with my 110 camera.
Wow.
You remember those? You just pop it in and out?
Yes.
Yeah, I got like maybe 8 pictures.
Oh.
Wow.
I mean,
it's the excitement of it all, you know?
Well, it was dark, and, you know, those flashes didn't go far or do anything.
No. And you didn't know what you were getting.
Right.
And I didn't know. You don't know what you're getting. You just hope for the best, which is why I took so many rolls of film.
Right.
I did end up getting a couple of good pictures of Donnie and a really good one of Jonathan during the Christmas set. But it was incredible. It was awesome. I'll never forget that day. And like I said, she won't tell me how much she paid for those. So I'm thinking it was a pretty penny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then we went outside and we wanted to wait by the buses, and we were trying to, you know, no cell phones. So we're trying to find our moms. And there was a fence where the buses were, and we waited by the fence until the buses drove out. And then we went and found our moms, who were pretty angry at that point. Having waited for us for so long, but it was good times. It was fun.
That's amazing.
What a great experience. I mean, first of all, your seats were amazing to begin with, but then to get like close enough where you felt Donnie's jeans. I mean,
yeah,
you were in the height of it. Like this is the height of it all. This is like crazy pandemonium craziness. That's the only word I can think of.
That's a good word for it, because that's how even before the show started, people started doing the wave.
Oh, wow.
And I'd never seen anything like that before.
Yeah.
And since we were in the middle, it's going on all around us. And I just remember looking around thinking, this is crazy. But yeah, it was definitely the height of the pandemonium. We'd had the Christmas set. They did All Be There. Pretty much I think it was like at least 2 hours, if not longer show.
Wow.
Yeah, but they did a little of everything that they've shown in some of the, I think it was a Disney special where they show them.
Did Joe wear the wild pants? Is that the concert?
I don't think so.
Okay.
To be honest, I didn't look at Joe very much.
Hey, it's okay.
No offense. No offense to him, but I really don't remember. I just know they did a whole Christmas set, and they were wearing sparkly jackets, and Jordan and Donnie came out dressed like Santa Claus and chased each other around the stage. And
oh, wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's cool.
That's really cool that you got the Christmas set, though, because I haven't heard that. I don't think anyone's ever shared a story with us that they had the Christmas set. I don't think so.
Really? I'll have to share those pictures because it was really nice. They all sat on stools and did This One's for the Children.
Oh.
They did Merry, Merry Christmas, I believe. A couple of other, they did Last Night I Saw Santa Claus, and then they did Funky Funky Christmas. I definitely remember Funky Funky Christmas.
Yes,
because that was when
some
of the older girls were smushing me against the thing. I couldn't breathe. Hey, it was great.
Oh no. This is your first time like by yourself at a concert, and you were just like in the height of it all.
Exactly.
What better way to like experience your first concert though, like that?
Just throw it in. Thrown in.
Wow. I'm very jealous. I have to say, not jealous. Jealous is not the right word because I'm not like mad. I'm just like, I didn't get to go to any of the concerts when I was little because it just wasn't financially, we just couldn't do it. Right. And so they came to our state and I was just like, oh my gosh, they're in the same state. Like, what if they like drive up here? And it's just being able to hear somebody else who was like so close and having that kind of experience is amazing. I love it.
You are in awe. You are in awe.
Yes. I can't lie. It was I was just very thankful that I got to see them back then and in the way I did. Definitely. I know my mom could never have afforded it. So if those tickets hadn't been gifted.
Wow. What a great amazing mom. That was your friend's mom, right?
My friend's mom, yeah.
What a great woman. Mm-hmm. Props to you. You're probably not listening, but you are a good person.
You made dreams come true.
You did. Yes.
Absolutely. So skip ahead to the reunion. I've been going to the shows since 2008 when they came back. Mm-hmm. I have been lucky enough to see, I think, every tour except the casino tour.
Okay. Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
When did you find out? Because this is like one of our big questions.
Oh, yes.
What was your experience when you found out that they came back? Like, do you remember when you found out? Okay.
I remember because I was on MySpace. Mm-hmm. And I mean, Facebook had started, but it wasn't what it is today.
Right. Mm.
And I had followed Danny and Donnie in their careers. And I followed Danny on his MySpace. He was pretty active on there. He had a lot of photos, music. Mm-hmm. And so one day when I just went on to see what was going on is when there was like a link or something like that, a click. And it said NKOTB.com. And I'm like, what? They have a website? So I went to it and it was just a loop of the music, click, 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 playing. Mm-hmm. And all it said was like, coming soon.
Right.
Or stay tuned. And I just got chills.
Yes.
I couldn't believe it. I just could not believe it. I never thought that would ever happen.
No.
I was like, I don't care what I have to do or where I have to drive to. I'm going to that show.
Yes. And you did.
I did. And the funny thing is I wrote this blog about it and everything about how it was going to be this great trip back in time and I could be a kid again. And for one night, it would be like, it would just be magical and I wouldn't have to worry about my real life stress and all that stuff. And then here we are 12 freaking years later, still doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a dream come true.
How lucky are we and how much do they love us?
Right. Oh my gosh.
I thought it was just going to be like a one night thing.
No, same. I thought it was going to be, this was like a reunion tour. They were going to do the tour and then they were going to do their own thing. Like, Joe was going to do his own thing. Danny was going to do his own thing. Donnie was going to do his own thing. Everybody was just going to go back to where they were before. And to know that they kept coming back. I mean, every other year, Brooke and I would be like, okay, please, fingers crossed, please come back. Please come back.
Please
And they would.
Tour. Please announce another tour.
Yes.
Oh yeah. For a little while there, we were all kind of like scared every time we were waiting for them to announce a tour.
Right.
Until they finally told us, guys, shut the hell up. We're not going anywhere. We're going to do it as long as we can. Chill out.
Those guys.
Right.
In 2009, during the full service tour, I saw them at an outdoor amphitheater here in Northern California. And they, during single, they had put these little stages, platforms out in the crowd. And they put one smack dab right where I was standing. Because we were pretty far back. And I was like, oh shit, there's going to be a new kid there.
Oh.
And so, like the crowd, it goes dark and you know how they you don't know what's happening yet.
Right.
And I saw
they
the
disperse.
top of Donnie's hat. He was wearing the all white with the white Boston cap. And I almost cried. So I was like, he just came walking towards me. And I just, for the next couple minutes, I was like screaming my head off.
Oh my God.
Thinking, I can't believe that I was 5 feet from Donnie fucking Wahlberg.
Right.
And now I have his handwriting tattooed on my arm.
That's holy shit. That's amazing. That's his handwriting.
Yes. I had him write Love Eternal.
Oh, that is so freaking cool.
Oh, I love that.
That's amazing.
And I didn't have the guy tattoo the hashtag, and I ended up seeing him again the day after I got it and showed it to him, and he's all, you didn't go with the hashtag, huh? And I'm like, I'll be honest, at age 45, if I don't want a hashtag on my body and I'm not sure about it, I don't think I'm going to want to later. He's like, that's fair.
That is fair.
Right?
Yes.
100%.
I mean, it just didn't feel right.
I think what you did, it looks amazing. Yes.
It looks incredible.
I love the heart at the end too.
Thank you. Yeah.
How cool is
like,
that?
you want me to do it this way? I said, yeah, because I want to be able to see it. I want to be able to look down and see.
Yes.
That is smart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was last fall in St. Charles.
Wow. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Yeah. I've had some amazing experience. It started with the town hall though. They had these town halls in 2012.
Yes.
And I was a member of Block Nation pretty much from the beginning, but I didn't have enough money to do like a VIP or anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
I was saving towards it. And the very last minute, they said, we're going to do one more town hall in Los Angeles. And I was like, oh my God. And the next day I got the email that I'd gotten tickets. I don't know how they did it or whatever. They just randomly chose people. So to make a long story short, that was my first time experiencing being like in the room and kind of seeing them just kind of in their natural habitat, quote unquote. Mm-hmm. And, I drove down to LA the next day and my brother ended up going with me because he still lives down there. And I was like, hey, I'm coming to visit, and it was just amazing. I couldn't believe how quote unquote normal they were mm-hmm. with everybody. Like they're just naturally caring, warm, like when you tell a story, they're listening and know that it's important to you.
Yes.
So I had made a sign and we ended up like in the little second row. It was like a little auditorium at a high school. And I made a friend next to me, Angie, and we're still friends to this day. And I was just freaking out. So she loaned me one of her Sharpies. And I wrote on the other side of my sign, Donnie, hug me, please. And so when he looked my direction, I flipped it so that he could see what it said. And he winked and blew me a kiss, Peg, as if that's not enough, right?
Right.
The end of the thing, they showed the Fenway show from the 2011 NKOTB SB. Yes. They hadn't released the DVD or anything yet.
Okay.
So they were showing it though to us in this town hall. And Donnie and the other guys had gone around and they just kind of like sat out in the crowd with different people and kept moving around, like watching it with us. And so Donnie was behind me when it ended. And I knew they were going to leave. And my brother said, you better go over there. And I'm like, I can't just go over there. He's all, why can't you get up and walk? And I'm like, the other people, and he's all, you're going to regret this shit if you don't. And I'm like, well, what do I say? And he's like, I don't know. Just go over there. So I'm like, fine. So I went over there, ran over to the side of the auditorium, and he saw me coming and he just pulled me in for the hug.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
Donnie.
The memory on that guy, I tell you. And crazy. I didn't end up having to say anything. I just was like,
Your brother's a good man telling you to go and do that.
Well, I mean, he lived through the whole first time with us too, you know.
True.
So he's probably like, I don't need to hear about this later. But there was no phones allowed in that thing. So
wow.
No photos or anything like that. Yeah, you had to either turn your phone in or not have it out at all. So I think that was just so that they could relax, you know.
Yeah.
And not have to be on all the time. But that spawned everything, because then I went home, and that summer I got my first New Kids tattoo. I got Step by Step on my back.
Oh.
And the rest is history. Got my friends, corralled them into VIPs. I was like, you guys, we need to do this. We need to save this money and do this.
Yes.
And we did. And then the way home from our first VIP in the package tour, we're like, we're going on that cruise. I don't care how much it costs. We're going on that cruise. Because we did after party. It was an amazing night. My first VIP was pretty incredible. I kissed Donnie on the lips.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean,
hello. I wouldn't do that now though, because now he knows me.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like a weird, like, it's not like it's the fantasy's ruined, but it's kind of awkward now.
Yeah.
Because at the time it wasn't. He didn't know me from Adam. But
I love that.
So that's when we started making plans to do all the things. And my first cruise was in 2014. And that brings me to a somewhat serious part of this conversation. Because Donnie, during that cruise, did something called Donnie's Sacred Circle.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe he had done that before with a group of people in New York. I'm not positive, but we started hearing about it around on the boat. And some people were given these bracelets, and they're like, it's just for something tomorrow. We can't tell you what, but come at this time, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, people are saying what it is. And one of my best friends, also my roommate, was hanging out with some other friends of ours that flew with us and everything. And they got given some. And she came back to the room and she's all, look, I got this thing. She's like, well, the lady was really nice. She's all, I'm not saying it's not for Donnie's thing, but, you know, I have to put it on you, and, you know, I can't tell you specifically. And so my look on my face must have just been so crushed, like sad, like, you know, I was happy for them. Of course, yeah. Like I was super stoked for them. They got to go to after parties and stuff like that. If you just happen to be in the right place at the right time, then you are. And then she's like, why do you have that look? She's like, you know, I got you, boo. And she busted one of them out for me.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was the best. I get chills just thinking about it.
What a good friend. Seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. She's like, I just feel like you need to be there. You should go to this. You know, you're the biggest Donnie girl I know, blah, 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 you know. So we go to it, and it's like in an afternoon. It was the day we were in port, I think. So Sorry, I can't tell a short story.
No, you're fine.
I have this problem.
You are fine.
Fantastic. No, you are great.
It's amazing.
It was rather, we were gathered. He was sitting on a stool in the middle of the room, and then everybody was gathered around him, like in circles. So I wouldn't say that we were in rows, but everybody just was like in circles. Mm-hmm. And we had got there kind of early. So I would say I was like 2 or 3 people back deep, or however you want to put it. But he just thanked us all for coming. There was like these little candles lit and these little stones. It was like, I don't know. I was kind of like, are we going to have a seance? I don't really know what's happening. But, you know, it involves Donnie, so I'm in, whatever it is. So he just went around the room, and then he asked us all to introduce ourselves. Every single person in the room, and there was probably like, I'm not good with numbers, so there was at least 150 maybe.
Wow.
But he made everybody hand the microphone around and introduce themselves. And then he used to ask some questions, and then he started taking, you know, just questions or comments from everybody. He's like, let's talk. And so there was a girl that had shared, I think she was from I don't want to say the Dominican Republic because my memory's bad, but she was definitely an international fan who had worked like 3 jobs to pay for her cruise, had made all these friendships because of the guys. And I was like, oh my God, I feel that same way. You know, like I hadn't been in a situation where I heard these stories that much, other than a couple of Facebook groups, but there weren't a lot of them out there. And so she shared, and then a couple other people shared, and then he's like, you know, I know you guys appreciate us. I know you love us, and we love you too. And you don't have to thank us. He's like, but let's get deep. Let's talk. And I just shot my hand up. And I don't know. I just did. And he pointed at me. He's like, yeah, go ahead. What do you have to share? And I was like, oh my gosh, I was shaking really bad. But I shared with him that when I was in high school, I was pretty straight and narrow, and that his and the other guy's stance on saying no to drugs, drug-free, put the crack up, you know, everything like that was really instrumental in my life. But unfortunately, when I was older, I became an alcoholic and had struggled with addiction issues, and that on his next birthday, I would have 5 years sober, because I got sober on August 17th, 2009. Oh, wow. So it was kind of a blur what he said, but he did I do know that he told me that I have to love myself, and that's the most important part to going through struggles like that. Mm-hmm. He told a funny story about him and Mark smoking weed, and his dad smacked him upside the head when he found out. But I'd have to go back. I think there's a video somewhere to see exactly what he said. But it meant the world to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from then on, every year, I give him my medallion that I receive on my birthday. Uh-huh. And I've actually been struggling for a long time with wanting to tell him, and a lot of other people out there that don't know me that well, because my good friends know. But before I was an alcoholic, I did methamphetamine for quite a number of years. Like, it was bad.
Yeah. And
I'm ashamed because I always said I wouldn't do drugs. You know, look, I wrote in my diary, you know, this, I'm not going to do it because Donnie says it's bad. And I guess I'm just embarrassed to tell him. But I definitely have had some blockheads reach out to me regarding being sober. And I want them to know that we do deserve their love. yes, I was in my 30s a mess. You know, I said, say no to drugs, and then here I am doing lines. And I felt like I didn't deserve his support and him saying that he's proud of me when I give him the coin, because he doesn't know that whole truth. But special shout out to my husband too, because together we quit.
That's amazing.
There is nothing in the world that I could tell you more that's harder than quitting meth. Because you are literally so addicted and so ingrained that you can't function. Mm-hmm. You just can't function. And so the only reason, not to get religious, but I mean, God is the only reason I'm here. Mm-hmm. And if I had never gotten my shit together, and then in turn, I think switching to alcohol later was a good thing because it got me sober.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be having these experiences.
Right.
You know, the first two concerts after the reunion, yeah, I drank a lot. Do I miss being able to do that? Sometimes, but I like my life more. Mm-hmm. And I value my life. And if anybody ever wants to talk, you can DM me on Twitter, you know, Facebook Messenger me, because I've been there. I've been really low. And I have amazing friends, but I do say that these guys in my life have made a big difference, because I look forward to doing that every year. That's exciting, you know.
Yeah.
You know, whether it just be in the meet and greet line, or if I have an opportunity to go see him on the set of Blue Bloods, then it's special, because it's just a me and him thing.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm just going to say, I'm so happy you're here.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm
happy I'm here too.
So
happy. Yeah.
You're here and you can talk about it and share it, because I promise you there are people that will be listening, mm-hmm. and it resonates with them in one way or another. And it's your experience. It's a human experience. And it's your story, and that's important. And I'm happy, so happy you're here to share it.
Thank you. I am too. It you know what, if we all have each other, we just treat each other a little kinder. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just we can get through almost anything.
We really can.
We really can. In particular, like Danny's last solo wood album, Look at Me. I mean, there were some songs on there that really hit me hard. Mm-hmm. You know, in terms of addiction, alcoholism, and depression, anxiety, you name it. And sometimes we need that. We need to feel those things.
Yeah.
So that we can appreciate the good moments.
Right.
That is 100% true.
Yeah.
That is 100.
Okay. Well, I feel like I need to tell a funny story.
We're here for it.
Yeah. Sorry about
it's actually a Joe story. In 2017. Well, let me go back. In 2013, during my first meet and greet, my best friend and I stood there, and I said to him, you know, I'm just really proud of the men you guys turned out to be. And why am I proud? What did I do? And you know how he does that, like, little,
yes.
You know,
yeah. Oh yeah,
yes,
and then my friend, who was the stylist, said, "You have really nice hair." And then we went running out.
He does have great hair.
He really does. He really
knows
does.
It too.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
But the best was in 2017. I flew down to LA and attended the Hollywood Bowl show with a friend. And I had Sacramento VIP the next day. So went to the show, ended up getting up early, flew back home, get to the meet and greet, and I ended up standing with Joe for this one. My friends and I drew names.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so I'm standing with him and they take the picture and I said, last night was really special. He's all, it was, wasn't it? And I said, I feel so lucky to have been there to see you sing Please Don't Go Girl at the Hollywood Bowl. And I just blurred out, I'm like, thank God that I can't even say it. Thank God I got my ticket on Southwest Airlines for $49.
Oh God.
Something like that, or something like I wouldn't have been able to do it if I hadn't got $49 on Southwest. Shit you not, without pausing for a beat or anything. He's all, no shit.
He gets it.
He does. He likes a deal.
Yes.
I love it. Oh my God, I love it.
That is a great
girl
deal.
Is loony. First, she's proud of me. Then years later, she's telling me about these airline deals like I need them.
He appreciates it. Yes.
I just get nervous and I get diarrhea of the mouth.
I honestly, yes. I mean, everybody knows here my go-to line is I've been waiting for this my whole life. I say it every single time I meet them. I don't know why I say it, but I'm just like, I'm waiting for this my whole life. And I don't even say it like, so you can hear what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm waiting for this my whole life. Like, okay, is she all right?
Followed by, I'm from Maine.
Followed by, I'm from Maine. Oh shit.
That's funny. I mean, I had actually a funny one with Donnie too, in Vegas when they did their After Dark 4-day stint in 2014, and I had VIP. Yes, I have a money problem with new kids. And so I'm standing next to Donnie, and I don't know if it was taking longer than normal, but we just seemed to be standing there for a long time. And I'm like, hey, well, remember on the boat? He's like, yeah. And he's like rubbing my shoulder, yeah. And I'm a member in your sacred circle, when I shared. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, that was cool.
That's amazing.
And all I could think of was Chris Farley interviewing Paul McCartney on Saturday Night Live when he says, hey, remember when you were in the Beatles? that was cool.
I remember that.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
I know. So I called the Chris Farley incident because I'm just like, yeah, that was cool.
Oh shit. They just do something to us. I don't know what. It's just, what can you do?
I don't know.
It is. I've been lucky to have some moments, and I feel like anyone can have them, especially with Donnie. If you message him or tweet him, he does read it. I don't know how. I don't know how he does that. The times that I've been able to meet up with him was either because I was with a friend in the right place, or I just messaged him and was like, hey, we're here, would love to see you, for example, if you're in New York on the set. And he always goes out of his way and does his best to, even if it's for 5 minutes, to come say hi, to come remember you. That guy has a memory like an elephant.
Crazy.
He's amazing.
He is. And on another serious note, my mom has really bad dementia. And it started about the same time that Alma's did. And so I would message him periodically about it, and keep him updated and send pictures. And when I was at Wahlburgers a couple of months ago, he said something. He remembered. I was like, I'm really sorry about your mom. And then he's like, oh, know what? We're going to celebrate the good times. And he's like, I'm really fine. Everybody's like, oh, are you okay? And he's all, but I'm okay. And he's all, just like with your mom, when you had that good day and you were really excited because she knew who you were. And I'm like, how does he remember this shit?
Wow.
You know?
That's amazing.
You know, the dude has like 1.5 million followers.
Right.
But he remembers that my mom's going through the same thing. So never doubt that those guys care about us. They do.
Yeah, they do. I believe that.
Yeah. You know, when we went through the pandemic, it was obvious. I mean,
yeah,
them doing all the lives and trying to keep in touch with us and
right.
Oh yeah, they
make
were
sure
there.
that we're okay.
Yeah,
they were there.
They kept our spirits up. I mean, at a time when they really weren't up, and we really needed something, and they gave it to us, and it filled my cup. I don't know about anybody else. I'm assuming yes, it did, but I needed my cup to be filled, and they filled my cup.
And hopefully we do the same for them.
I hope so. Yeah.
You know, I hope so. And I've said it before and I'll say it again and I'll say it forever. But honestly, show me another artist who is so connected with their fans.
Right.
I honestly, truly, I don't know of one. Maybe there's a couple out there, just not in my realm of knowledge. But honestly, I cannot say that this experience is like any other.
It's very unique. I think it's a very unique experience. It might be experienced by others, but it's very unique. Especially with 5 guys, because there's 5 of them. And for all of them to give a piece of themselves to us, because they truly do.
Right.
A lot, you know, you can't say that for a lot of other artists that are out there, and that's fine because that's their thing, you know.
That's their thing.
But they actually give us a piece of them, and I just think every day how amazingly lucky we are to be a part of all of this. I mean, to be a part of making friends and being able to come on here and tell stories and hear your story and talk to Donnie. Like, what? I mean, this fandom is like no other. It really is. It's unique.
Yeah.
Especially the bonds that we make because of these guys.
I definitely have my best friends in my life because of them today.
Yeah.
And too many to name, but
that's a good thing.
That's amazing.
Yes. I mean,
that's a great thing.
Abundance of love and support. And it's not just about new kids. It's about everything else that we share or have in common or connect with each other over.
Exactly.
100%.
You start with new kids and it branches to more than that, to family, to, I mean, I can't I just like you and Brooke the same. We have so many friends that I consider family now, because of new kids. They are my chosen family. So I don't think I could ever thank them enough for that. Like, I don't know. It's just like you said, when I think it was Donnie, you said, we get it. Like, we know, you're thankful, but like, I wish there was a way that I could show how much I appreciate it. And there just isn't.
Right.
There's not a word, there's not a gesture to show my appreciation.
My thought, I agree. And my thought is just to do what he asks you to do and spread love.
I like that.
Yeah. Because
I like that too.
There is so much hate in the world, and
oh
so
my
much
gosh,
and just so much angst and anger. And if you're giving somebody love in return, they can't stay that way.
Right.
You'd like to think they can't stay that way.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's up to us. Blockheads are going to save the world.
Yes. Yes.
You heard it here.
Blockheads unite.
Yes.
Yes, I love that.
Yes.
Well, Tracey, Bird, we appreciate you. I don't know what it is, but like, I have to call you Tracey.
I'm okay with that. It's all good.
So, and I'm sorry I keep calling you Tracey, but I will call you Bird.
No, it's my name. I don't mind at all. Most people have just called me Bird ever since I got married and had that name. Because T-Bird was kind of like the beginning of it all, and then now everybody just says Bird.
Okay. Bird.
People are like, "Hey, Bird," and me and my husband both turn around. Yeah.
Huh?
I love it.
No, but I go by Tracey, Trace, Shitbrick, whatever people decide.
Shitbrick.
I pretty much answer to anything.
I love that.
Well, we appreciate you so much for coming on and telling your stories.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We really, really, really appreciate you, and we're so blessed to have you, to consider you as one of our new friends. So
absolutely,
thank you for coming on, taking time out of your day to share your stories, and also to be so open and to offer your help to people who might be listening today that might be having a struggle, that they needed to hear you say that. There's going to be, somebody
there's got to be
needed to hear that. Person. Yeah, they needed to hear that today. So thank you for that. We really appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Thank you so much for that.
Yes.
It's important.
Yes.
And appreciated.
But thank you so much again. And we'll have to have you on again. Maybe we can do something else.
Anytime. Maybe we can get admins on here for Blockhead Unite next.
That would be fun. Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we could have a big party. That would be
when we get together, it gets kind of crazy.
Yeah. I love it. Would be fun if you guys did. Well, you can't really do a would you rather on here, but we could do a would you rather between us. And then I don't know.
We could
do a would you rather.
We could do a would you rather episode.
Yes, with you guys. That would be amazing.
That would be fun.
And then we'll add questions for other people to play as well.
Oh, that would be fun.
So that it's like interactive.
Yes. Well, we're throwing that into the universe right now.
Yep.
And
throwing it out.
So we will definitely be having Bird on again. And thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you guys. And that's it. So
bye.
See you later.
Thanks.
Bye.
That was an amazing episode. We love Bird.
Yes, we love her. Well, we get to see her in Fenway. Hopefully we'll see her. And then I'll get to see her again in Vegas.
Right.
Maybe our husbands will have a play date. That'll be fun.
I love that husband play date. So yeah, I am really looking forward to having them on to do a Would You Rather episode.
I freaking love Would You Rather. It makes me laugh so hard my sides hurt.
Like that would be so fun.
Yes. And I will probably snort laugh because that's what happens.
That's amazing.
What happens.
I might pee my pants.
If you guys want to go follow Tracey/Bird, you can follow her on Twitter or Instagram at Bird Tracks with no K. So it's BIRDTRACS. You can also follow Blockheads Unite. It's Blockheads, BLOCKEADS, on Twitter. And then at Blockheads, BLOCKHEADS _Unite on Instagram. I said Instagram weird. Instagram.
Instagram.
On that Instagram thing. And then on Facebook, it's Blockheads Unite. So go find them. You're probably already following them because they're awesome. So
right.
No new news for you then. But yeah, go follow Tracey. She's awesome. So that's all we have for you.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary. It's our anniversary.
Gosh, how time flies.
We'll be doing a special episode for our anniversary. Yep. Don't know what it is yet.
No, we'll figure it out and you'll hear it next week.
Yeah, we'll figure it out next week. So, if there's anything you guys want to hear specifically, let us know.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Anything you want to talk about, anything you want to ask us, do so. And we might answer. So love you guys.
Send us an email. Send us your stories.
Yes, send us your stories. Yes.
And we ask for it all the time. We're just asking again.
Right.
Just reminding you, we'll take them.
Also, summer stories right now.
Yeah.
Stories. Want them. Need them. Love them. We'll be loving you forever
and ever. Amen.
Amen.